To survive, she overturned a table in front of her and dragged all the corpses inside the room over to it. She stacked the bodies neatly on top of the table, creating a narrow space beneath. Once finished, she quickly crawled inside. Not long after, 2 drones screeched overhead. Their infrared thermal imaging quickly detected the woman inside the house, followed by a barrage of intense gunfire. Her maneuver had successfully shielded her from the onslaught. The story unfolded at a Polish resort, where Joe and his neighbor Bree were strolling when they suddenly heard a violent crash. Sensing danger, Joe rushed toward the sound and discovered a crashed aircraft in the forest. To avoid further peril, Joe urged Bree to lead the others away. Bree insisted she was a doctor and could stay to help. Later, the two approached the wreckage and discovered the deceased pilot inside the cabin. Judging by the manner of death, he had been shot. Joe noticed a mark on one of the victims' necks and instantly recognized it as belonging to an intelligence agency. Clearly, this was no ordinary plane crash. However, Joe failed to notice the pilot's walkie-talkie was still active. Fortunately, Bree spotted it in time. Joe snatched the radio and tossed it aside, but it was too late. Their conversation had already been intercepted by the mysterious organization.
He's one of ours, and he's been missing for 5 years. Where are they? Poland.
It turned out Joe had once been a member of this very organization. 5 years prior, after completing his final assignment, he chose to leave the group. He and a colleague, Kayla, had gone into hiding in a rural area of Poland. After getting married, they lived quietly there, gradually integrating into the local life over time. They became friends with their neighbors, the Burris couple, gathering monthly for meals and conversation. Life was idyllic, but during dinner that day, they heard a deafening crash. To investigate, Joe and his neighbor Buri planned to go out. However, since Buri's husband Frank had mobility issues, Kayla stayed behind to care for him while keeping watch from a vantage point. The sight of a crashed plane immediately alarmed Joe. He suspected the killer had a specific motive, but found no clues. Fixating on the pilot's abdomen, he surmised the target was inside the pilot's stomach. He swiftly plunged his knife into the abdomen and pulled out a capsule-like object. Meanwhile, a heavily armed force was closing in. As he examined the object, he suddenly spotted armed figures lurking in the surrounding bushes. Moments later, the convoy appeared before them. Joe warned his companions to keep quiet. Nick, the leader, approached them. Joe recognized him instantly, but Nick failed to identify Joe. Instead, he asked if they had seen a USB drive.